This is Sports Talk with PlayerAgent3. My next guest is no stranger to the show. An NYC GOAT, Mr. Kenny Anderson. How's it going?
It's going well, man. Just trying to take care, the situation with this coronavirus. Everybody is taking care of themselves. My family first.
Yeah. So everybody is holding up pretty good with that.
Yeah, I believe so. It's as far as with Fisk University weekly, we're changing, what we have to do, and we'll get it. Okay. Right now, we're not having sophomore, juniors, and seniors are not coming in until September 26th. Freshmen are coming in July 26th, something like that. They're coming in to start it off, but because we're at a small school, so I think we got like 500 students, so we're a little different, in the AIA, so we're different.
Yeah, so this is you're headed into your second season, right?
Yes.
Talk about that experience, man, being a head coach at Fisk University, which is an HBCU.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I wanted to coach after playing for so many years professionally, and played high school, played college, I played I played overseas. I just wanted to give back, and in order to give back, I don't want to coach on the pro level or anything like that. I want to coach and give back, and not just give back, the way to play, but just how I was brought up in the game of basketball and in life. And that's what I want to teach these young men that I'm coaching over at Fisk.
Yeah, being such a highly touted player such as yourself, man, coming up on the high school ranks, the college ranks, as well as the NBA. Now you're coaching at an NAIA school, man. What are some of the challenges that you faced? Being that these aren't the elite of the elite guys, man. So what are some of the challenges?
So basically it's scholarships. We're working on that scholarship, getting offers to, and let's keep it real. The great players are coming from different environments where they can't pay, totally, all any tuition. So you have to buckle down. You have to see that, and I think that's what they brought me in here. Kevin Rome, our president, Willie Jew, the vice president, Dr. Glover, our AD. They get it. They get it. So in time, everything will cease, and we'll make it work, and we'll make it work here. And this year, we got some good talent. So I have to see.
What have you faced recruiting wise in terms of challenges of recruiting guys to come to Fisk? What do you have to tell those guys?
Well, basically, they all want to come and play for me. Recruiting has been great, but it's could they get into school? And that's what it's very, very hard. Academically, it's very hard. 1, and 2, no scholarships. So that's what I'm trying to raise. I would have to try to raise scholarship from where I came from and things of that nature, as far as with being a pro, an ex-pro. I'm trying to get in touch with a lot of our alums at Fisk University to try to get in, to get scholarships for young men that wants to play and that want to play college basketball, but do it the right way.
Yeah. Now, what do you, in terms of the talent margin, being, you're an ACC guy, you played at the highest level. What is the difference from a kid that played in the ACC versus the type of kids that come to Fisk University? What is the major difference that you've seen?
Just the skill level. The skill level is not really far apart. It's just mainly the what it takes to get those young men in our school. We keep talking about this, but it's basically getting these guys into school for scholarships, and that's what the big part. That's what the problem is.
Right.
the scholarships, the money, because you can get it. Like lately, I've been getting all these phone calls on different players, these great players that want to play for me, but I have to call, I have to get in touch with my AD, Dr. Glover, and say, hey, we got this kid, and then we got to see if the money work, the scholarship money and things of that nature. So it's really difficult, on that note. But I think I will get it together. And the first 2 years was tough, but this year I think we have a very good team. And it's too bad that the coronavirus is hitting, because I had a good team this year, very good team.
In the 2 years, or you going on your second year at Fisk, you're going into your third season. What have you learned about yourself as a head coach?
Oh wow, that's a good question. What have I learned? I just I have to be patient for the level that I'm coaching, and I think it was, I wasn't, and I think that caused my health, to really get sincere. I was just wanting to push those guys, but I got to push them in different ways, and I'm learning that. But it's a great situation for me to be in, to learn about the college game, not the college game, but just how you get the kids in here, how you get the kids into school to do the right things. And it's a system, and that's what I'm trying to run. But some kids are different, and you gotta bow down, not bow down to them, but you gotta understand. They gotta understand where you're coming from, and some of the young men don't get it, so they gotta go elsewhere, and that's what I'm trying to preach here. You gotta know the game of not game of basketball, but the game of life. And that's what I've been, harping over and teaching these guys. And I think some of them get it, some of them don't. But, I can't save the world. And I think the tendency was, that's what I wanted to do, when I got here. But I got to just, my wife said I got to just calm down, because my health is really, I just like to see all my guys do well.
Talking about the Kenny Anderson basketball showcase, something that you just hosted. Talk about that the basketball showcase. Why you started it. Where did it take place, and what's your vision for it?
Oh wow, the Kenny Anderson showcase is my second year. Ian Cunningham, I met through my documentary. I met him, 2 years ago, and he's just the right fit for it. Just me and him. He runs it. He runs a great showcase, and he's been doing it. Him and his wife, Bianca, does a great job. And with all the coronavirus going on, we still had our showcase, and it was just awesome. Where am I going with it? I'm going. Some kids are getting selected to different colleges, and it's just awesome, man. I'm just really pleased on Ian and how he runs it, and he's just doing a hell of a job. And I'm a part of it, and we're making it work for all these kids. Now, Division II, Division III, NAI, that's where we're heading. Some of the D1 kids are not, they're too big for my showcase. They too big.
But you know what? I got a cool idea for you. I don't know if you thought about it, but I know you used to do the Kenny Anderson tournament back in Left Rack City.
That's Kenny. Yeah, that's awesome. That's the Kenny Anderson Classic. Yeah. That's my tournament. It was awesome.
Well, what about taking the basketball showcase back to Left Rack and doing it outside during the summer?
Yeah, that's a great idea. I would have to talk to Ian about it. Everything goes through Ian because he started the Kenny Anderson Showcase out in Cleveland, and I definitely would have to sit and talk to him about it. But with my love for Left Rack City, it goes deep. You know what I'm saying? And if we could do that, it would be awesome. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Speaking of HBCUs, being the head coach at Fisk, and then the kid McCord Maker just committed to Howard University. What do you think about some of these elite high school basketball players choosing HBCUs versus going to a ACC school, a Big Ten, Big East school? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, it's awesome. You know, it's a major thing. If we can get these scholarship kids in these HBCUs, it's awesome. And the HBCUs, we can learn a lot. You know what it takes to get those guys, in the universities. It'll be awesome. And by that, the number one, what was he? Number one, number two kid in the country going to HBCU. That's just awesome, man. I was so happy when he decided to go to HBCU. He went to Howard. It was like I was coaching Howard. But I was like, no, I'm at Fisk. Come to Fisk. No, but it's just awesome to see a young man making his choice, at Howard. And he had all the big D1 schools ahead. It's going to take time. But, with the first step, he was the first athlete to do it. It was awesome.
Now, what would you tell, or what did you tell your son when he was deciding on, what colleges he wanted to attend? If that was on the table for him, how would you talk to him about making a decision on versus HBCU versus the predominantly white institute?
I would think nowadays, I would probably say, hey man, know your culture. Go to a HBCU school. If you're so talented, like I was, and so on, you can go anywhere and you're gonna be the pro. It really doesn't matter. So you go to somewhere that you're gonna get your culture at, and it'll be a HBCU. And it's just now. He's 18, 19. You're gonna say, hey, this is what I think you want to do, but he's gonna make his own decision, and that's a plus. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, time has changed. It's 2020. I went to college 89, 90. It was a little different back then.
Yeah.
So, but now HBCUs, I think we will get bigger. We will get bigger. And, with me being at Fisk, trying to turn things around, I think we'll see the difference. Being that I was a five-star athlete, going to Georgia Tech, it's different now. It's so different. So you can really get the real understanding of it.
Right. Now, if you were the head coach at Howard University and you were recruiting a McDonald's All-American, what would and you were in this kid's home, what would be your pitch to get him to come to Howard or Fisk? A McDonald's.
Wow. So, basically, the first pitch to the parent is always academically, because he's got Howard, Fisk, he's going to get education. It's going to be top-notch education. Now, basketball-wise, it's something different. If he's a great player, we're going to be true to him. He's going to be able to play and be productive in this system. That's where, you get the real deal. You know what I'm saying? But he's at Howard. It's a great opportunity for him. Not only, it's just everything is around him. So many doors you could go into to better yourself, after basketball. And that's what he should start thinking about. It's awesome.
Right. Now, I want to switch gears for a second, man. You got a lot of African-American professional athletes, man, speaking out on social injustices. Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Steven Jackson. Do you feel like more African-American athletes should speak out, or where are you with athletes speaking out on social injustice?
If you know it, it's great to speak out. If you know what you're talking about, it's great to speak out. But me, I'm just trying to get, some of I'm trying to get educated on it.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Because when I was growing up, I was just thinking, I was talking to my wife, I was like, when I was growing up out of New York City, I was the #1 player in the country in New York City. Mm-hmm. That's huge. Right. It's weird. I couldn't see the presidents. I couldn't see it, but it was all around me. So now with 2020, bang, now all of this, I have to do my research. 1, 2, I have to get educated on the racist problem of the world. You know, it's so much. So you gotta be real careful. If you know it, so be it. So talk about it. I'm not sure, I'm not sure if I know it all. So I gotta do my research and get better with with the whole racist situation instead of just just talking and not knowing. That's not good. That's not good.
Right. And you know, like you said earlier, man, when you played 1989, 1990, man, it's a different world right now. A lot of things are right in our face right now, and a lot of athletes are, you know, they're speaking out. They're speaking out when they want change. So it's just a different time. Talking about staying on that theme, man. If you look at the NBA or most professional sports where you have African Americans, which are about 70 to 80% in the NBA, but you don't have African American owners. And then you look at the representation that a lot of these high profile athletes hire, man. Most of them are non-black. How do we trust one another as a community in terms of, you know, hiring of the African American agents, you know, owners, coaches?
I really don't know. I have to do a lot of research and I have to get better on that. I just don't want to put my foot in my mouth and say nothing awkward or wrong about the situation. I know it's tough. I know it's not balanced. It's not balanced at all.
Right.
How do we balance it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But you can see the football agents, NFL agents, they're all white. They're mostly white. So I don't know if it'll change, but that has to change. Mm-hmm. You know, I really don't know how we go about it. You know, everybody we talk about this, we will get better with it. But me just coming here, sitting down with you, just saying, that's not correct. You know, I'm not gonna, you know, play myself. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, like that. I have to see more. You know, something has to be done. Something has to be done because the way it is just. It's 2020 now, so something has to change. And I think in every sport, something has to change.
Right.
You know, and when we come to that, I think we'll be a better situation. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm at Fisk University because of my culture. You know, I want to be the change here. Mm-hmm. That's my goal in life. I took this job because I only want to help athletes become better basketball players, but also better young men.
Right.
In life. And that's in life. Having structure in their life, making wise choices, recognizing good and bad people.
And I think
at an early age, and understanding the importance of good education. So that's that's why I'm here to do that. That's what I want to do before it's all over. You know, I hope I can change Fisk athletics, you know, basketball. It would be huge for me. It would be very huge. It's something I want to do, and I think with my tenacity and with my what I plan on doing, I think I could do it.
Mm-hmm. Now you've played for some great coaches, man. Some Hall of Fame coaches. You talking about Bobby Crimmins?
Yeah.
About your high school coach, Coach Curran.
Yes.
Chuck Daly. Rick Pitino?
Rick Pitino.
Yeah,
Rick Carlisle.
Do you draw from those guys in your coaching style?
I do. I do, but the main I get a little emotional talking about my high school coach.
Yes.
Jack Curran. That's who.
Yeah.
He just was a teacher. The others coaches, they coached, they just coached basketball. He coached life.
Yeah.
So it was different. Coach Curran made Kitty Edison.
And I mean, you can tell you draw, a lot of your philosophies have probably come from him.
Yes.
Because he meant so much to you, and he's probably the reason why you became the guy that you became.
Yeah, I owe a lot to Coach Curran. Coach Curran was because he called me the natural. I played for 4 years in high school, and 9th to 12th I played for Coach Curran, and he called me the natural because I can play ball. I can do whatever he told me to do, I did. But my whole school, Archbishop Malloy High School, was one of the reasons I grew up to be the person that I am today. My school, Archbishop Malloy High School, and I was in it's crazy because I'm looking back at it. I was black and white. Like I went back to the neighborhood and was all my boys, but I went to high school with all the white kids. Yeah. So I had different. It was the way I was brought up was crazy, but fair. And I seen it. I seen a lot of different things, and I went to a very strong high school, Archbishop Malloy High School, and I learned I learned everything from my high school. And Jack Curran, not so much basketball I was gifted, but with Jack Curran, he brought it all out of me. I'll tell you a story real quick. When I was a freshman. Now, freshmen, don't play at Archbishop as a varsity level. You don't play. But I tried out. I played very well in tryout. He brought me in the office. He said, I can't start you. You will not start. You will have to come off the bench because I have a guy, Greg Tracy was a senior. I was a freshman. That's the one point I realized. He said, you will not start. Greg Tracy will start. He's going to get he's going to get some looks at some colleges, and we'll see. And it's just the thought of him saying this. I was just happy to make the varsity team as a freshman. I didn't care about starting. So I never start the first quarter of a game. I always came in the second quarter, always, my freshman year. And we won the city championship. And my coach, Jack Curran, taught me something right then and there. He taught me that it doesn't matter how good you are, you're very young, you're gonna critique, you're gonna stay with this team and the team atmosphere. This is what you're going to do with the team, and we had a so close team that year. We were just awesome. We were just awesome, and I think that was the thing that just took me off. I just went off. But I think I learned a lot of things from my high school. And that's it. My high school. Pros is a little different than high school and college, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because it's money. It's a business. It's a business, and those coaches just want to win games. Period. They just want to win games. They don't care. They don't care about you. They try to care about you, but they don't. Some coaches do, some coaches don't, but they don't. They just want to win games. Win games. They get them to the next level. And say, I'm a great coach. But they don't. I really don't think a lot of the coaches care about the individuals they coach it. I really don't. They can say what they want to say, but I don't.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that because last night I was watching the Stephon Marbury, the kid from Coney Island.
Yeah.
And it had gotten to a point where it seemed like, it was all about business. The coach didn't really, care about Stephon as a person. It was all about getting those wins. And it was magnified during that documentary of Stephon Marbury. But going back to your high school days, man, where you said you couldn't play in the first quarter. And I read about that, but you still gave him that work at the end of the day.
Yeah, I was real talented, and my school and my team, that's just everything meshed for me. That's what I look at it, and it just meshed everything. Yeah. Basketball is easy. Basketball is easy. Life is hard. Yeah. That's my documentary. That's just what it is. And that's how my life has been. Basketball is easy. Life is hard.
Right. That's good stuff, man. Let's fast forward to the NBA. The NBA will be starting up in a couple of weeks, man. They'll be playing down in Orlando in the bubble. If you were still playing today, man, would you play in that bubble?
I really don't know. I got 50-50. 50-50 thinking about that whole thing, and I think it's not the players but the owners. They just want money. They making money, because why not just end the season and come back next year when we're good with this, when we got a cure for this coronavirus. But it just mixed emotions. Guys there, guys gonna come in and play. Yeah, it's just all. It's a money thing. It's a money thing to me. But I get it. It is the NBA, and you gotta find a way. But some guys, who's sitting out? Who's sitting out the game? Guys that's injured that can't play. But guys that can play. One of those guys like a LeBron James, Stephen Curry come out and say, "Hey, man, we're not playing. You're just gonna wait until the season progresses." Then what they gonna do? Yeah, you're
exactly right. You're exactly right. I have a couple more questions for you, Kenny, and I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. I'm gonna say two names, man, and I just want you to give me your first thoughts. The first name is George Floyd. When that situation happened,
it was crazy. It was very, very emotional for me. But we got to find a way. I just said, when I saw that, I was like, wow. It got me upset. Like, period. Got me upset, and I was just like, prejudice of the world. It's just crazy, man. It just got me upset, and I wish I could have just jumped through the TV and helped them. You know what I'm saying? It just was crazy, man.
Colin Kaepernick.
Now he's great, man. He's fighting it. He's fighting. He's great. He's fighting it. But he's fighting it. He's fighting all the prejudice things that are around the world. He's got it. He's got it great. I wouldn't play. This is my thinking. I just wouldn't play no more football. I would just go and fight it. Fight everything and just be that color company that everybody needs. And we all need them right about now. I just wouldn't play no more. I'll just focus in on what's going on in the world today. Right. He's doing a hell of a job.
Now you have adult kids, Kenny. Yeah. What do you tell your kids if they get pulled by the cops? What do you teach them?
Well, we teach them, everything that they have to know. Their registration, your license, keep your hands high. Just do everything appropriate, so you won't get into any BS with these cops. That's what we've been doing, and we spoke, and that it's I gotta learn more. but it's really, they're 19, 18, and hey, gotta calm down.
Calm down.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I understand they hatred, the anger, they ready to go out. But it's ways you got to do that. You got to do that, and we got to get into the voting. What's going on with the president and things of that nature. And got to get into the voting and just get it right.
Right. What's next for Kenny Anderson?
I'm just here at Fisk, and I want to turn this thing around at Fisk. I just really would like to turn it around, and that's it. I'm just focusing on my program at Fisk, and with this coronavirus, I hope we can get something done where we can play this year. But if not, next year is there. It's always gonna be there. But I just wanna teach these young men. There's a way, there's a way. There's basketball ways, there's life ways, but carry yourself in a productive manner, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Hey man, I appreciate you coming through again, man. Coming back, blessing me on the show, man.
I gotta turn around. I can turn around. Yeah, let me turn around. Let me see. You got the.
Okay, yeah.
Let me turn around for y'all. You can see it?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it. Good stuff,
man. I can't. Before you get off, let me show you, man. I love this T-shirt, Mr. Cheers. I love it. Got my nickname on it. I love it, man. Thank you. I'm gonna wear this proud.
Yeah, man. I wanted to look out for you, man. You've been very supportive of the show, man, and like I said,
always.
I really appreciate it.
I'll wait for you to get your show up at your sports bar. What you said?
Yeah.
You're gonna sit for me down there in North Carolina. That's NC State. That's NC State land too. I used to come down there and give it to them cats all the time down at NC State. Yeah, Chris Corciani, Rodney Monroe. They was nice.
Yeah,
it was nice. It was nice, but they couldn't mess with me. Dennis Scott, Brian Oliver, Lethal Weapon 3, baby. We was on it, baby. We was on it.
Hey, last thing, man. That tournament in Left Rack City, the showcase.
Yeah, that would be hot.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm gonna talk to Ian. That's what I'm gonna talk to Ian Cunningham about, because he started it in Cleveland, and we're going for 2 years. But that's it. That I ain't looking at it that way. But that'll be hot.
Yeah, definitely, man. Because I'll definitely be front center, man. If you have it.
Yeah, I know, and I definitely want to keep you abreast of everything I'm doing. You gotta come down here to one of our games. I want you to come down to one of Fisk.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
So come down.
Definitely, man.
Tell your little man, your family, I said hello, man.
I will. I got you, man. I got you. Again, man, I appreciate it, man. This is Sports Talk with PlayerAgent3 with the legendary Kenny Anderson.